Hi there, this is Brian Choi, Managing Partner and CEO of the Food Institute. We're here at Grocery Shop 2024. I have with me John Carroll. He is the President of Digital Commerce and Advanced Analytics at Acosta Group.
Brian, great to be with you today. I appreciate it.
All right, so great. So let's talk about trends that you're seeing here at Grocery Shop. So tell us some of the major themes and topics that you're seeing.
Yeah, one of the great things about Grocery Shop, it was one of the original shows that showcased e-commerce. And back in 2018 when it first started, you had a lot of new e-commerce people and people that were new to the space from a grocery standpoint come to Grocery Shop to really share ideas and understand how they actually could take the thinking to the next level internally within CPG. And that was before the penetration had gotten over 20%. It was below 10% at the time. So what's really impressive to me coming here since 2018 is to see the attendance from a senior retail standpoint, the attendance from a senior CPG standpoint, and how much it's actually evolved over the last several years, and how much focus and effort both retailers and CPGs are putting into the space based on where the shopper's going. So the trends that we're really seeing, and what I'm hearing a lot about this week, is number one, retail media networks. And we've been talking about retail media networks for a long time now, and it's all been about how do we get investment to the retailers, how do the retailers sell more retail media to make more money because the margin is so good, right? It's really about now connecting retail media to the store and to the shopper. So what can you do from an off-site standpoint? What can you do from an on-site perspective on the retailer's platform? But most importantly, how do you inspire that shopper through the app or at store level to help them find the solutions that they need for their family or for themselves?
Yeah, well, definitely, as I've been walking the show floor, seeing the different displays, the thin displays, the large displays. Some of them are not even like TV. They don't have all the electronics. They just have battery powered.
Yeah.
So, from a consumer's perspective, one of the concerns that I hear about is when you walk into a retail store, you don't want it to seem like it's Times Square, right? And so how are retailers being smart about how to use this type of technology in store?
So Brian, what's interesting is, in the in-store media part has been around for a long time. I've been working with in-store media for many, many years now from a career standpoint, whether it was the floor talker or whether it was in-store radio or in-store TV. I think the most important thing to do is to understand, what the shopper wants. The shopper is bombarded, just like we all are, every single day with offers. So making sure that you're using the right platform, and one of the things that we're focused on with our clients is not just around the store, but also making sure that the app, which most people are using when they're shopping now, especially that younger generation, is connected to what's going on from a shopping environment standpoint. I think one of the interesting trends now are the smart carts, and I think that instead of having all the lights and buzzing and it's Christmas Day in the store, I think having the right offers based on what the shopper is looking to purchase and who the shopper is really important. And when we talk to shoppers from a research perspective, they're okay with the right offer. They just don't want to be bombarded. But if it's helping them save money, it's helping them inspire things from a family event standpoint, they love it. So I think retailers need to continue to experiment. This has been around for a while. And I think that the connection between the app and store and what's happening on the shelf is really important. And that's what we're focused on with our clients. One of the areas that I think is really important as we think about investment from a CPG standpoint is, if you're investing in a retail media program, it should benefit you at store level from a display standpoint, from a shelf standpoint, from a pricing standpoint. Your brand should be represented at store level when you're on a retail media program, on-site or off-site. So that's a lot of the discussions that we're having with retailers now. And what's really interesting is that'll help those investments pay out from a CPG standpoint, not just from an online standpoint, but having it at store level as well.
Wow. One of the other themes that we've been seeing and hearing about is the state of the consumer. Yeah. So as you talk to brands here at Grocery Shop, how are they thinking about the consumer going into 2025?
Well, everybody knows the consumer is stressed from a spending standpoint. I mean, you see a lot that's going on from a private label standpoint. They're looking for deals. There's a lot of channel shifting going on right now. So everybody's really focused on how to best serve the consumer and the shopper. So what we're hearing a lot from clients and what we're helping clients with is to make sure that they have good joint business planning processes with their customers, with the retailers, making sure that they have the right offers, the right prices, the right packages to help the distressed consumer, and make sure that they're satisfying the consumer in every single way. So the planning piece is more important than it ever has been. And I think one of the interesting things that we're seeing is it's not just the yellow tags and the low prices and the BOGOs anymore. It's the personalized offers and making sure that we're getting the right offer, as I said before, to you based on what's in your shopping cart.
Yeah, want to delve into some of the demographics of the consumer. How are brands and retailers thinking about whether Gen Z, Gen X, like how are they shifting their strategies based on a specific cohort?
Yeah, well, there's a big difference. It really is, and it surprised us a little bit with the research. One of the things that we did when we did a research with our shopper panel of 40,000 people a few months ago is we asked questions about retailer apps, and we were really surprised to find that almost 70% of all people have a retailer app and use a retailer app, whether that's Amazon or Walmart.com or the HEB or local grocery store app. What really surprised us is when you look at that younger cohort, as you said, that Gen Z and millennial, over 82% of that cohort are actually using the app in store. Wow. So we're going to see more and more of this. So we're definitely seeing the acceptance and the usage of digital tools with the younger generation. So we know that's going to continue to scale overall.
Right. I want to talk about one aspect that we were interviewing Christy Argelon of Albertsons, and she specifically measured, was talking about the measurement piece when it comes to like how many impressions, especially in an in-store retail media network. So how is Acosta thinking about kind of that measurement piece, like making sure you can correctly attribute a certain sale or a certain type of behavior to the consumer?
Yeah, we're thinking about it a little differently than some of the other agencies and the consulting groups out there, because the way we think about it is not just from a marketing standpoint, reach and frequency and new to brand and lifetime value. Those are all really important metrics. Attribution is key, understanding if I'm sending you an offer, is this offer really changing your behavior? Are you purchasing it at the retailer that I have the offer, or is it purchased somewhere else? Like, what is the attribution? So that work is going to continue to go on, and it will become better and more precise, especially with AI. The way that we also think about it is also from a sales fundamental standpoint. So not just the marketing side of the equation, but availability, merchandising, price, promotion, and space. Understanding that from a sales fundamental standpoint and how these two things connect. So it's not one thing or another. It shouldn't be just the marketing person or the shopper marketing working with the marketing person at the retailer. It should be the merchant, the salesperson, the shopper marketing person, and the marketing person working together to develop the right strategy from a joint business planning standpoint that satisfies both the brand owner and also the retailer. So we think about it a little bit differently than the other agencies.
Wow, very interesting. Last question, John, as you look out in 2025, is there anything in particular that you're super excited about, whether on the retail side or on the brand side? Anything that you can share there?
Yeah, I think two things. I think first of all, everybody's talking about AI. What's really cool here versus last year and the year before is we're actually starting to see AI come to life. Whether that's a new dashboard, whether it's things that people are doing and companies are doing at store level. One of the things that we're doing with a company called 𝗟𝗶𝗀𝘂, they do imaging technology, so our people that are in stores every single day are actually taking pictures and videos through the 𝗟𝗶𝗂 technology to understand what the store conditions are. What's really cool about this is that AI is now telling us, here's the planogram versus what the condition is at store level. Here are the three things that rep needs to do to correct the situation and help drive the business. So we're really excited to see AI starting to come to life, just the promise of it and the concept, actually seeing that from a tactical standpoint come to life. We're going to see big changes with how we work with retailers, pricing and promotion, how we develop and negotiate what's going on from a business perspective with retailers through the use of AI. So that's a big one. The second thing I'm excited about is this is a bit of an industry that's a little slow to change sometimes. We all know that, right? So I'm excited that we're starting to see some investment in different areas. The investment in the retail media areas, the investment in personalization. One of the things that I like to see being in CPG for over 35 years is kind of bringing down those silos and pillars and making sure that the marketing team and the sales teams are communicating that when you're developing a budget, you understand where the shopper and the consumer is and how to best invest that budget versus the marketing team gets this and the sales team gets this from a trade spend standpoint. So what I'm really encouraged with is that new generation of coming into this great industry. People that understand and have been around technology their whole lives, so bringing fresh ideas, their fresh thinking, and kind of breaking some of those silos and those pillars down. So to me, that's the thing that's going to change this industry and most importantly satisfy the shopper more than ever before.
It's all about the shopper.
It always is, yes.
Well, there you have it. John Carroll of Acosta Group, thank you so much for spending time with the Food Institute.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much.